I think it's going to be a late episode next week for the sake of us being able to finish it.
I couldn't watch any yet Sunday. I forgot to watch it yesterday, and I didn't watch any today, so...
Oof.
It's been
so
rough.
yeah, it's going to come out. It's going to be late. And then I think we said we're going to do Dan versus when we're in LA. That'll probably be impossible. We'll do it the week we get back, and we'll try to do a Tiny Goons when we're in LA.
Yeah.
But that's going to be played by ear, but we're definitely doing Dan versus after Flapjack. Nina, what do you got for shoutouts? We're gonna wrap this guy up.
Okie dokie. Charles, Cooper said on the SoundCloud, mentioned on our Summer Wars episode, the Junoichis were such a striking parallel to my own family, making me cry when she died, reminding me of when my grandmother, the glue, passed, leaving 3 generations of her original 11 kids to struggle to stay together in one town, but also reminded me of the happy chaos and camaraderie they brought as well. That's awesome, man. That's
a powerful movie.
It's the best. Yeah. We got a lovely letter from somebody who wants to remain anonymous, who wanted to discuss My Little Pony a little bit with us, and, their experience with liking the show, and then feeling weird about the show because of fandom, and,
because men ruin everything?
Yeah. And whether or not, do we like the show?
I super dig it.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing up through season 3, and it was very digestible. It was cute.
I'm up to date with it, and their special, the most recent episode they did was I think it was their 100th episode, and it was called A Slice of Life, and it was literally just the whole episode was all the side characters planning a wedding while the main 6 go off and save the world, and it's full of the only thing about it that some people might not like is it's full of fandom references.
Yeah.
But if you somehow didn't know anything about the My Little Pony fandom, you could totally believe that they just came up with all this stuff, and it works in its own context, absolutely, and it's a hilarious, fun episode that I love, because I love when minor characters get attention. Yeah. That's my favorite part of any kind of.
And it's kind of like the Pepper Ann clip show.
Yes.
And they brought up a really interesting point where they said that watching the show helped them get over their own internalized insecurities about their own femininity, which I think that was, in the beginning, definitely that was one of the things that made it so wonderful, where it was this super feminine thing that there was no shame in it whatsoever, and there shouldn't have to be, and that's what really made it stand out.
Yeah, I've never watched the show. For a while, I was really adverse to it because of all the horrible people. I'm at a point now where I'm I'll be cool and I'll watch this when I get the time, but, I don't have the time.
Yeah.
But I've never had anything against the show itself, just what it brought out in the worst people on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's not the show's fault, because if this show didn't exist, they would latch onto something else and ruin that.
Alright. Well, I don't know. That is kind of my hesitancy in talking about it. Because I don't want the whole MLP army to swarm to our show and then just invade everything.
My whole thing with that sort of stuff is because back when I was laughably attempting to be a video reviewer, I did a My Little Pony episode, and I made, even back then, even before it was bad, I made a conscious decision to just not discuss the fandom. I just talked about the show.
Yeah. And it's difficult to talk about the show in a vacuum, especially since our ostensible premise is to talk about how animation affects the pop cultural landscape at large, which we do sometimes. Yeah. So
I don't know. We do live in a post-Goofy world.
Yeah. Anyway, what else you got?
We got another nice, wonderful letter from Charles Waters, who recommended Dan Versus. You're gonna get it soon, buddy. And also God, the Devil, and Bob, which we were recommended before, so I guess we really need to check it out now, because that's more than one person, and it's also short, so it's not like it's gonna be a big investment on our part. But he gave us a really wonderful, critique of our stuff, and, but very positive of the way that we go about different viewpoints and stuff, and I really appreciated it, so thank you so much.
Yeah, man, you rule.
Lacey Eve also sent us a nice message. Had a suggestion about whether we would do Disney in general or more specifically Disney princesses because of the effect they have on the industry. I mean, I don't.
That could maybe make an interesting Tiny Goons.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's not that much to talk about outside of like the really obvious stuff of like it's a giant franchise and it sells a lot of toys and stuff and merchandise.
Also, we have our first person to tear us apart by telling us who their favorite goon is.
Yeah.
What? Uh-oh.
What was the ranking? I remember I was last, and I think that's fun.
Oh no.
It was Nina, then Tooch as a close second, and then
Sorry, Nikki with the heart.
And also my name's spelled wrong. It's N-I-C-K. She spelled it N-I-C-K-I. It's N-I-C-K-Y.
Well, yeah, everybody's okay. This is not a big deal, but everybody spells Nikki's name differently. Just to clarify.
Wait,
It's
why?
it's N-I-C-K-Y.
Why would anybody think Nikki wasn't spelled? Like, that's my first Nikki spelling
I've
go-to.
seen people spell it all
What?
different ways.
Yeah, I've had it spelled like N-I-K-K-I, like Nikki Six. I'm not Nikki Six, don't worry. If I was, I would recommend you not listen to my podcast. I forget exactly who Nikki Six was. Was he, who did Livewire?
I don't know.
It was some bad band. Motley Crue.
Okay. Sick Prowl sent us another nice, wonderful message and suggested Jackie Chan Adventures, saying that, you know, it's silly, but it's fun, and talismans, and whatever. I don't know. Maybe it'll be fun. I have no idea.
It is an interesting show. Well, the only thing the most interesting thing about Jackie Chan Adventures is how they try to up the ante each season, but still keep roughly the same like skeleton. Like first it's talismans, then it's like they have to find animals that have the talisman's powers, and then like they have to find like all of the original big bads like brothers and sister demons, and then it's like I don't even know, and it just fell apart. It fell off the rails in terms of the fourth season. So that's what I take away from looking back on Jackie Chan Adventures. But it is fun.
Novu and Nova says, just wanted to share a cute little cartoon I didn't learn about until now. Mina and the Count. Don't know if you've heard of it, but I found it adorable and worth the watch. I looked this up and I do remember it, and it is awesome.
Yes! Mina and the Count is great and cute, and the Count, this Dracula, is voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yes. So I definitely want to do something
cute.
with Mina and the Count, because I looked this...
It's only like 6 episodes or something, though.
Yeah,
if that.
we can do something.
We could Tiny Goon.
Cute.
Yeah.
We're just really into this Tiny Goon episode after talking about news for an hour.
Yep.
Ailey said, just want to thank you guys for a wonderful podcast. It really fills the gap that was left from the Gravity Falls Gossipers splitting up last year. I did notice that a lot of our followers had been subscribed to that podcast.
I didn't know that was a thing we could track.
Cool, we ate a podcast.
Yes.
And related to that, one thing we got, there's a couple of things to get out of here. Bugberry on Tumblr asks, since you guys occasionally mention video games, mostly Guilty Gear, first thing I want to point out, in the last episode, and I can't remember if I cut myself saying this or not, I called us the premier Guilty Gear podcast on the internet. I looked it up.
Yep.
We actually are. There are no dedicated
What?
Guilty Gear podcasts. There was one that ran for like part of a year in 2011 called the Midnight Carnival that was like talking about competitive play. And they went defining, like, there have been like game podcasts that talk about Guilty Gear, but I don't think any podcast on the internet talks about Guilty Gear with the same frequency that this podcast, not about Guilty Gear, talks about Guilty Gear.
This is officially my favorite episode of Toon Goons.
And to go on to his actual goddamn question, or I don't know. I was wondering if you follow other games with traditional 2D animation. The upcoming game Cuphead Don't Deal with the Devil comes to mind. More footage of that just came out the day before we're recording. And we talked about it back when we first saw the first teaser. It's that like shooter platformer game that looks like a 1930s Golden Age cartoon.
It's so good.
It looks gorgeous. And for the new footage, it's unlike what we saw in the teaser, it is going to be in full color.
Yes.
And maybe there'll be like a black and white mode.
Probably.
It looks like Mega Man X meets Bullet Hell games. It looks like something I would really like to play, but never will because it's currently an Xbox One exclusive. Unless they make a PC port in the future, I won't play it.
Let's get a PO box and someone can mail us an X-Bone.
So yeah, I'd say we would talk about it once it comes out, but
I don't know if we'll be able to play
none of us own an
maybe.
Xbox.
Yeah. And then they asked if I had seen Skullgirls. I bought it on the Steam sale. I'll get back to you.
Of course you've seen Skullgirls.
I've seen footage of it. It is gorgeous looking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Those girls have skulls.
Some of them aren't
Have
even.
skull
I think a
will
couple
girls.
of them aren't even girls, and that's bullshit. Whatever.
Dillinator1412 wanted to thank us because they said that they work at a library and spend hours just organizing stuff, and now I can do that while having fun listening to you and get weird looks because I keep laughing alone. It's the best.
Have you ever listened to a funny podcast on a bus?
No.
You will not be.
I've never wrote.
You will not be welcome on the bus anymore. People don't like that.
They don't. They really don't.
Since when do people on the bus like each other?
That's the thing.
Well, it's degrees of hatred. It's degrees of resentment.
Just
There's a spectrum.
I want to see a technical chart of the degrees of bus hatred, like an infographic shaped like a bus.
And Dillinator also asked us about Steven Universe, but we'll give you all of our opinions once we cover Steven Baum in full.
Next week.
But we definitely will let you know everything, probably longer than you would want.
In the classic Toon
We
Goons
got a
fashion.
lovely email from Marcel, talking about our coverage of Prince of Egypt.
And she said that we didn't fuck up, and I was so relieved.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my god.
She had
Ooh.
she had some details to add. First, you were talking about if Moses actually knew if he was Jewish and or adopted. She says the general consensus is that he knew growing up. Second, the actual reason why all the baby boys were being killed was because someone predicted that a Jewish boy would set all the slaves free. Third, not a Jewish thing, but apparently...
Well, see, the thing was, Moses was born premature, so they hid him until he was supposed to be born and then set him adrift.
Yeah.
So that was something.
And then Ralph Fiennes was the only character to sing his own part. And a lot of the film's details are inaccurate, it hits the beats, but not in the right order, and not in the right... I mean, that I knew.
That seems par for the course with quote unquote historical films.
Yeah.
Ralph Fiennes was the voice of Ramses.
Yeah. Cool. And she said she was going to share us with her youth group Facebook group. Thanks!
We let her know to make sure they're cool with swears and cusses, because we can't stop.
Do that.
Sorry. I don't remember if we did that in that episode, but we totes cuss and swear in other episodes, and I don't want to offend any conservative Jewish kids. And I believe that's everybody? Yes. I'm going to say that is everybody for now.
We did.
Hey, thank you so much. Oh my god. All of these fucking emails.
You guys continue
were
to be
amazing.
the coolest and get
It wasn't
cooler.
just you guys, I like
Oh,
listening to your shit.
Wait, I dropped for a bit. Did you talk about the birthday fan art we got?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah!
Somebody
Lantern
remembered
King.
it was our birthday, and it was Lantern King, right?
Our main fan art contributor, buddy old pal, Lantern King, broke out the colors and made a little birthday drawing of us for our birthday, because
We forgot we had that.
we had last week or this week marked the 1 year anniversary of the Toon Goons.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's I think that was yesterday for recording this. I could have sworn I looked it up.
Yeah, thank you. And somebody sent us a cute little video of random people singing happy birthday. Thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yo-Yo no.
We didn't know we were doing anything for...
Oh, Yo-Yo! He's a fan of me. Sorry, I know that guy. He follows my Tumblr a whole bunch, and he's a cool dude. Yeah. Shout out to Yo-Yo! I love you, bro.
We're not gonna do anything for our birthday because we didn't know. I guess we did this. just another episode. I've got
we
little.
We didn't do anything for our birthday because it's going to be close.
We're
to
saving it for the 50th
Yeah.
episode.
For our 50th show episode is what we're calling it.
Yeah.
Because we don't worry about it. But yeah, I've got a little thing coming up for that.
Yeah.
And maybe some more.
Yeah.
But oh my god, you guys are. I can't even. I just. You're not only super nice, but like you're really thoughtful and smart, and like give like really good feedback and critique. And you're like, I like that you do this way, and I like that. And I'm like, that means so much to me. It's like, oh my god, I can't even.
It's pretty great.
Right. Ways to contact us. So if you want to be thanked on the show, you can send us a little tweet at our Twitter, at the Toon Goons.
Little tweet.
You can, if you want to do like submitting art or stuff, the best place for that is our Tumblr, thetoongoons.tumblr.com. Long form, text responses, give us an email, thetoongoons@gmail.com. And you can send us a recommendation for anything through any one of these places. We put all of it in a list. By we, I mean Nina, and definitely not me. We upload all our audio directly to SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/thetoongoons. And you find us on iTunes.
Oh, and also, we also accept news story submissions, like
Of course, yes.
at Captain Juggy, which mentioned the Nimona adaptation, and of course our man Plarcy, who made sure that we knew about the Ben 10 thing. So.
And I think also the Good Dinosaur thing was
yes,
them.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you think like, oh, clearly they must have heard about this. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we had a bad week.
Yep.
Wow.
And by we, again, we mean me.
Well, sometimes I don't sleep an entire week, or like I sleep during all the worst parts to be
Asleep?
When I should be awake. Speaking of which, I've got work in 8 hours. We're done, right?
Yeah, we're
I did
done.
all the things.
Yes.
I've been Nikki.
I've been Nina.
And I'm Tooch.
And thank you for tuning in.
Gorsh.
Wait, no. There we go.